What's up, everybody? I'm AJ,
And I'm Chris.
and today we are going to get on to this AirPod
A
nonsense.
massive quiet upgrade is rolling out to police surveillance networks across the country right now. It completely shifts the status of mass surveillance from tracking vehicles to tracking the specific human beings inside them. Law enforcement can now identify your exact movements, build a profile on your daily habits, and map out exactly who's sitting in your passenger seat. All because of the wireless earbuds in your ears, the smartwatch on your wrists, or the phone in your pocket.
Yeah, I'll say this. They've been able to use Wi Fi to map out where things are, sort of like a sonar.
Yeah, I feel like we just talking about it now.
Yeah, it's not like something new.
Right.
You got to put the mic a little closer. Yeah,
It's a newly
no, go ahead.
technology actively being marketed to law enforcement agencies, and in this video we'll be discussing the specific defense contractor behind it, how your everyday devices are turned into government tracking beacons, why clicking airplane mode doesn't help, and what you can actually do to protect your privacy. To understand how we got here, let me first give some background on automated license plate readers, or LPRs. For over a decade, companies like Flock Safety and Leonardo have blanketed cities with these systems. Historically, they did one job. An optical camera took a snap.
I wasn't even hip to Leonardo. I knew about Flock, but they got the extra little piece in there.
Yeah, I never heard of them.
That's crazy.
Is
Out of a
the
vehicle's license
is Bluetooth data not covered under the Fourth Amendment? Like them tracking it?
Yeah, I don't think so. You got to think about all of the things that we give permission to whenever we choose
Yeah.
to use these devices. Like most people aren't looking through that, reading it and understanding it. Even if they read it, they're not understanding everything that's in there. Most
never
people.
read
There's
any of
probably
that.
some people.
Right.
plate used optical character recognition to read the text and flagged it if the vehicle was stolen or tied to an active warrant. But license plates have a major flaw for law enforcement. They can be stolen, obscured, covered in mud, or replaced entirely. This is where Leonardo US Cyber and Security Solutions comes in. They're an American subsidiary of a massive aerospace and defense giant. On March 26, 2024, Leonardo was officially granted a US patent for technology titled Systems and Methods for Electronic Signature Tracking. The consumer-facing brand name for this system is called LSAG Signal Trace. Signal Trace is a hardware and software upgrade designed to retrofit existing roadside ALPR networks. It installs a powerful radio frequency sensor alongside the optical camera. Instead of just looking for the physical metal plate on your bumper, these sensors passively collect the invisible radio frequencies continuously broadcasted by the electronic devices inside your car. According to Leonardo's official product datasheets, Signal Trace intercepts Bluetooth signals from your wireless headphones and smartwatches, Wi-Fi signals from your phone, tablets, and laptops, RFID frequencies from workplace key cards or even your pet's microchips, and the wireless RF signals from your car's internal tire pressure monitoring system. This means that even if you drive a car with no
Even your tire pressure monitoring system just snitching on you.
Yeah, the tires, man. When you really think
Mm.
about the ability to see where people are, and you think about the fact that all of this came from convenience or the ability to make your life better or easier, and now it's just a ability to spy on, know exactly where you're at. They'll know exactly when you see if you look up Wi-Fi through walls, you'll be able to see that they can tell where you're at in the house from outside of it. Who's sitting down, who's standing up,
What floor you're on,
what
probably.
what floor you're on. Um, I mean, and then when you think about different signatures, so now you have your watch on you, and I have my phone on me, and now they have this technology. Now they know that you're the one sitting down, and I'm the one standing up.
license plate whatsoever, this system can still track you. But how exactly does it sort through millions of signals on a crowded highway to pinpoint you? The answer is in a concept called AI fingerprinting. Every Bluetooth and Wi-Fi chip manufacturer has a unique hard-coded hardware identifier known as a MAC address, a media access control address. This allows consumer technology to be seamless, so that your AirPods instantly connect to your phone when you open the case. These devices are constantly shouting their presence into the open air. They broadcast these identifiers hundreds of times a minute, looking for familiar connections. When you drive past the signal trace equipped intersection, the system doesn't just log your license plate. It logs the MAC address of everything broadcasting inside your cabin.
Yeah, it's like a real life Trojan horse. You're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great.
Right.
You get it in there, and then once we all fall asleep, which fall asleep is give them all our access to everything, then it's like, oh, now.
It sounds like a sci-fi movie from like 10 years ago that I just thought would never happen. Or China.
Yeah, I mean, not even 10 years ago. We was watching sci-fi stuff like this when we was 10.
Right.
You know what I'm
Kids,
saying?
like,
That was 20 years ago.
yeah, it just doesn't seem like this should be reality.
But my dad always said that when he was a kid, Dick Tracy had a watch that he could talk into. So he truthfully believes that they just show us that thing. They just show us the technology that they have so we can become desensitized to it.
Right.
Because the first time you seen one of those movies where it was a police state and these types of cameras was all over the place, you was like, that would never happen, but that would be crazy. And now, within our lifetime of not seeing anything like this, like
It's crazy.
you got to think about it from our standpoint. It was similar to like growing up without electricity because we didn't have cameras everywhere. But now there's nowhere you could go without being seen.
Yeah, I used to think you could just, ride a bike and not take your cell phone. I
Yeah.
don't even know.
You allowed to ride a bike and take a cell phone, and they gonna know where you at.
Precisely.
Pass one camera, it's a data point. But when you pass multiple cameras along your morning commute, Leonardo's backend software, the Enterprise Operations Center, or EOC, starts running automated clustering algorithms. The AI looks at the data stream and notices a pattern. Every time license plate XYZ passes a camera, Bluetooth MAC address, your phone, Bluetooth MAC address B, your AirPods, and Wi-Fi MAC address C, your car's infotainment system, are present at the same exact millisecond. The system automatically links these data points together to form what the patent describes as a unique electronic signature, or electronic footprint. During their launch, Leonardo's
Fingerprint.
leadership said
It's like an
the
electronic Social
identification
Security
system
card
uses
is on there.
sensors placed along roadways to capture the frequencies emitted by consumer electronic devices. It creates an electronic signature for each set of devices that routinely
Signature
travel
together.
together. If LPR cameras are deployed at the same sites, officers can match the date and timestamps from both systems to associate a specific license plate number with a signature. So let me break down what this means in the real world. First, it allows for plate evasion tracking. If a vehicle is associated with a crime and the driver removes or swaps the license plate, the system doesn't care. The moment the car drives past a signal trace node, the AI recognizes the unique cluster on your phone, AirPods, and instantly flags the vehicle to local police. Second, it allows for automated association mapping. If a coworker gets in your car for lunch, their phone's MAC address is instantly logged alongside your profile. Over time, the AI maps out your social network, your passenger history, and your daily associates, completely passively. Now, your first reaction might be that this requires a warrant under the Fourth Amendment, but Leonardo is incredibly...
Why you keep pausing it like you gonna say something? Then don't say nothing.
Because this is Fourth Amendment violation. I don't care what. You can't track somebody's movement like that without a warrant.
Yeah, I mean, this Flock was already doing it where you could put together where they're going. You already have the information from the cell phone towers. I watched a video the other day where, like, I think it was like 400% more subpoenas from.
Or maybe it's legal to look at the information. It shouldn't be admissible in court. Like, let's say I was going around the freeway, 270 in Columbus, and they could see from this camera to this camera, I was moving 85 miles an hour. Maybe they can see it, but they shouldn't be able to use that to send me a ticket.
I don't know. I'd have to put more thought into that one. Go ahead.
sidestep constitutional hurdles. Their marketing documentation states that the LSAG EOC Plus and signal trace systems do not decrypt or capture the content of your communications. They aren't reading your texts, they aren't listening to your phone calls, they're just listening to the unencrypted public radio signals that your devices are freely broadcasting into public airspace. Because there's no federal framework regulating the collection of ambient Bluetooth or Wi-Fi identifiers. Police departments can deploy these networks, collect your hardware data, and retain it in a centralized database indefinitely without ever needing to prove probable cause to a judge. And if you think you might escape tracking simply by parking your car, think again. Because signal trace works strictly off radio frequencies, Leonardo actively markets this for non-traffic environments. They specify rail stations, transportation hubs, event venues, and major shopping centers. And you can imagine walking into a mall with your AirPods in your ears. You aren't driving, but the sensor hidden above the entrance pulls your AirPods MAC address.
So, is he saying that you couldn't have any electronics, nothing electronic on you? And I wonder, will it start doing like pacemakers? Because some of those have like signals that they put off.
Oh,
Or
I'm sure. Anything electronic that you signed up for in your name can be tied back to you eventually. I'm not saying right now, but
I mean, I could see that, but that would be crazy. Like you have some type of medical condition, or uh,
references it with their database and instantly logs you as the individual associated with your license plate. So now let's talk about your privacy and how you can protect yourself from this type of signal surveillance network. First, let's discuss one of the biggest myths in mobile technology. Most consumers think that if they swipe down on their phone's quick settings panel and tap the Bluetooth icon, their radio turns off. It does not. If you turn off Bluetooth or Wi-Fi via the Quick Access Control Center on modern iPhones, the operating system merely disconnects from current accessories. The actual underlying hardware radios remain active, low power, and completely operational. Persistent background beacons to power location features like Find My Network and AirTags. Even if you're in airplane mode, your device continues to broadcast silent telemetry. To actually kill your signal and drop off the signal trace radar, you have to change your habits entirely. Here's 3 things you can do to mitigate this network. Deep hardware disconnecting your devices. First, you have to open up the actual settings app, navigate directly to the dedicated Bluetooth and Wi-Fi menus, and toggle them off from there.
you know, what the nice thing about this for them is they know most people's not going to do all of this.
right.
He said there's 3 steps. Most people don't want to take one step.
I'd say like 95% of people will never do
I-
that.
I'd say I'd almost gamble to say to be higher. There might be like a 0.2%.
Only a deep system level toggle completely powers down the hardware broadcasting chips. Physical Faraday enclosures. If you own electronic devices that you aren't actively using while traveling, like a backup tablet, an extra smartwatch, or your AirPods while they're tucked away in your bag, do not trust software to keep them quiet. Store them in certified Faraday bags or sleeves. These are small pouches using woven metallic fibers to create a complete physical barrier, ensuring 0 radio frequency signals escape or enter. Third, push for public accountability and local oversight. Surveillance tech like this relies heavily on the public not knowing it exists. Check your city council's public records or police department procurement logs. Look for purchases or contracts involving Leonardo US Cyber and Security Solutions, LSAG, or EOC server infrastructure. Ask your local representatives what their data retention policies are regarding ambient radio frequency collection. The modern tech industry builds everything under the assumption that constant connection equals convenience. But when defense-grade mass surveillance networks are retrofitted to monitor everyone at all times, always connected quickly translates into always tracked. Please subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks.
Yeah, I can see some people buying something,
Yeah.
which is crazy that a lot of people would rather buy something than go into a setting in their phone and actually change it correctly. But
I don't really trust that even if you do that setting change that he's talking about, that would still, I think they can still see your phone.
I think there could be a way. Like he said, would they need to see your phone if you got a watch or AirPods or insert the car? You in the
If
car.
your car is newer than 2010, they tracking that most likely.
So, let us know what you think about this. What ways do you think you could protect yourself? And send this video to your cousin.
Send this to my cousin.